Oh, look at here, look at here, look at here. How's everybody doing tonight? ASK Solo, Bottom of Case podcast featuring Logic. Hey, folks, look like I'm going to be by myself tonight. Look like Logic had a little emergency incident going on with his pup and wasn't able to make it. So hope your pup feels good, Logic, and see you next show, man. But, hey, folks, we got a good one for you tonight. Hey, listen. We got somebody on tonight who has his own style, his own flair about it. His get down is totally his own. He's a ground pound extraordinaire, man. He had a near-death experience, one that I'm truly amazed to see him come back from. I've been following this guy for a while. He's a second-generation rider, man. I'm not even going to beat around the bush. I'm going to go ahead and bring him on. So without further ado, folks, our featured guest, special guest tonight is going to be Mr. Anytime, Anywhere. How you doing, sir?
I'm great. How about you, man?
Hey, man, I am blessed, truly blessed to be here tonight.
Yes.
Didn't know we were going to make it. We had some other issues and things going on. But, hey, the show must go on, correct?
Yes, sir. No question.
You are a living testament to that.
Yeah.
Man, how you been?
I've been good, man. I can't complain. Just
Okay.
I've been watching the show for a little bit and watching the get down and seeing what's ready, and I'm just getting ready to get back out there in the evenings. Next spring,
Definitely.
Yeah.
Yes, sir, man. We're trying to put a different spin on it. We're trying to stay positive, trying to highlight those unsung riders out there, man, because everybody has a story to tell.
Yes, sir.
And, we want to share as many positive stories we can of riders who got their own get down, man. And I tell you, yours is one that's definitely unique and definitely need to be shared by a lot of people, man. Need to be heard by a lot of people.
Oh, for sure.
But, we're gonna jump right into this thing tonight because I know you're a busy man, you're a family man, and I don't want to take up all your time. So, sir, if you would, please go ahead and introduce yourself to those that don't know you and those that might need a refresher of who Mr. Anytime is.
Man, my name is Todd Lucas, man, out of Next Level Riders MC. Some refer to me as T. Luke. Just recently has been Mr. Anytime, man. That name was given to me by a special friend of mine named Big Manny, who many of us know, that passed away a few years from COVID, man. But it just stuck with me, so I just stuck with it, man. So that's me, man.
Yes, sir. Yes, it is, man. Mr. Anytime, T. Luke, man. And tonight we're talking about your near-death journey, man, and you coming back from it. But first, what we want to do is we want to kind of introduce the people to you and kind of share a little bit about your journey, man, and basically let them know just who the man is, because there's a lot to you. There's a lot of layers to you that I want the audience to know before we get right into it. Because I'd be remiss if we just jump right past it, man. So
for sure,
let's get into Mr. Anytime. I'm gonna pull this up right quick. But there we go. Let me get this going, man. I'm acting like I'm a rookie tonight.
Get it together, man.
Yeah, I know, man. I had a lot going on this week, man. I don't know what it is about this week, but this has been one of those weeks where, if it hit me, man, it hit me. If it got me, it got me. But I got through it, man. I got through it. But sir, you are a second generation rider. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. So being a second generation rider, your father rode. That is a picture of your father there. That's his bike, correct? And then that's a picture of his on your tattoo.
Yeah, that's one of his bikes, man. He always had a Harley, kept a Harley. He came from that generation where, they talk about, a lot of times back in the 70s and stuff, man, it wasn't too common for a black man to own Harleys like that. So, he bought them from the dealership, and back then he said they came in a crate, and they had to put the bikes together and everything once they bought them. But he rode here and there. He didn't really ride too much, and so once I started really gravitating towards riding long distance, man, he kind of was like, "Man, you crazy? Like, what you doing? Like, you don't want to put it on the trailer?" So
right.
Yeah, he didn't really understand it, man. Like my first trip, My first long distance trip was from where I'm from, Joliet, Illinois, and I rode down to
Okay.
Florida for a
Okay.
funeral.
Right.
And being a concerned father, man, like he back then, you talking 2010, I want to say. And I want to say he asked me my route, which way I was taking. He gave me like 5 or 6 of his friends' phone numbers. He called all his friends, told them to look out for me. Like he was just worried the whole time.
Right. Yeah,
Yeah,
man. Yeah. I could imagine, man. I could imagine getting out there on the highway like that and him knowing it. But it's
yeah,
it's awesome to be a second generation rider, man, growing up with it. And then as I see you passing it on to your son too. Is that correct?
that's correct. Yeah, so he got
Yes,
a
sir.
little what he got out there, man? Springer. I bought him a little
Okay.
Springer. He bought it like a little 92, something to play with. And then he also bought him a little sport bike, something to ride around. He's still young, so he wanna get out there in his little sport bike stage and stuff. But yeah, he jumped on it, man. It's in him, you know.
Right.
So I'm probably gonna take him on his first trip this spring or summer, man, to see how he do.
Okay. That's what's up.
Mm-hmm.
That's what's up.
Yeah,
And I know your family been around mentors and inspires inspiration in your life.
yeah.
This gentleman here will play the role in your life as well.
Oh, for sure. So like when I was younger, man, my family had to make some sacrifices, to raise us, man. My mom's job told her that either she, quit or she had to transfer. She worked for the airlines, Northwest Airlines, back in the day before Delta bought them.
Right.
So my dad, which was most different than most families, my father told her to go and he would raise us 3 boys. So um, a lot of my family members stepped in to help out because my father was working for Caterpillar. He
Right.
was a master welder on tractors and everything, and he was working 12 and 16-hour shifts almost every day.
Right.
So that's
Right.
my cousin Kent, man. We called him Kentwood, but he would get us up, feed us, make sure we was good, kept the house straight, came back, made sure we had our homework done. So he was real instrumental in our life and helping out for those 5 years that my mother was gone on the road.
Right. Definitely, man. Definitely.
Mm-hmm.
And definitely you are a family man.
For
Your
sure.
get down is, man, motorcycle, the lifestyle has been in your life. You got
Yeah.
married, man. You got one of the most iconic photos out there of a wedding on the bike, man. I got
Yeah.
to give it to you.
Yeah.
So ladies and gentlemen, when you love this lifestyle as much as this man do, as much as I do, as much as we do, it's a part of everyday life to you, man. You really appreciate it and you share it with your family. And it's good when you can share it with your family.
Oh, for sure. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
before I got married, my mom, rest in peace, she passed away a few months ago, but
Right.
she
Yeah,
she
man. I was gonna
she
get to that. Yeah.
understood. Yeah, she understood, man, and my wife, she understood, and it's a conversation we had to have. Like, my motorcycle was not garage decoration. Like, I actually
Right.
ride it. So,
Right.
I'm gonna cut back on a few things, like all the going out through the week to set nights and different things like that, man. But the highway that's my piece, man. That's my drug, bro. So she understands it. If I get too cranky, she'll tell me I need to go take a ride or do something. And
Right.
I just mix and mingle with it, man, and try to. That's one of the things I try to promote on social media is the balance. You know what I mean? And
Right.
sometimes I struggle. Like we all struggle with it, but you can motorcycle, have a family, work, do different things, and put everything in perspective into the right place. You know.
Yes, sir, indeed, man.
Mhm.
It balance is hard. It's hard when you go all in, you know what I'm saying? And people sit there and say,
Mhm.
man, you committed. It's more than just it's a lifestyle, but then too, you really have to exercise that balance to it all.
Right.
Because you're gonna lose something. You're
Oh, for
gonna
sure.
lose something, man,
For sure.
and some people don't understand that yet. They jump right in and they don't understand that if you're giving all of your time to this, something else is missing the time.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
it's a sacrifice, and definitely you can you know that, and you have that
Yeah.
balance, and
You
not
know.
only yeah.
Nah. I mean, I was gonna say like I was blessed. Like my father never joined the club, but he was always around the guys and stuff like that. And he would always tell me from a young age, like even before I was even talking about riding motorcycles, as far as on this level, like watching a lot of his friends, man, lose everything behind riding these bikes and hanging out at the clubhouse and, you know, not balancing their life, and they end up as just them and they bike. You know what I mean?
Right, right,
So, you
right.
know,
Yeah.
I remember those stories as I started, you know, ramping up and doing more miles each year to the point where I am now, you know, doing 30, 40, 50,000 miles. And, you know, it's a balance in communication you have to have.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Man, you throwing out some big numbers, man.
Not nothing close to you, but I'm there though. For a working man,
No,
I'm good.
man. No, man. You throwing out some big numbers out there, man. Look,
Yeah,
we got some novelists out there, man. Some people just coming on, like, man, you know, he's
right.
throwing down 30, 40K. But that's good
Yeah,
riding, though, man. That's good
that
riding.
is.
And like you say, you know, you're still working, you're still employed, you're an entrepreneur. I know you
Yes.
have other business adventures. You're also an educator. Just kind of lighten people a little bit more about that.
Man, so I, you know, when I first started my career out of college, I started teaching school. I went to Atlanta first. Um, Stayed there for like 3 years, and I went back home to Joliet, Illinois, and taught there for like 10. And had a little
Right.
experience, you know, that kind of put a sour taste in my mouth and everything. So when we moved down to Florida, I jumped into the entrepreneurial side of things and stayed there for 6 years. But it just wasn't me, bro. Like, my calling is these kids, and I knew like I was supposed to be affecting somebody's lives. You know what I'm saying? So
Right.
I
Right.
just recently went back to education as a dean administrator of sixth grade. So, you know, it's one of those things where I got to balance, you know, that as well, progressing, you know, in my career, you know, pushing my kids, you know, the family, and still, you know, being a president of my club as well, you know.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. Yeah.
um, a lot of times I don't get a break from leading, bro, but it's in me.
Yes, yes, it is, man. Yes, it is. That's pretty awesome. That is really awesome, man. Um, I know we met a couple of times on the road. We were
Yeah,
down there in Jacksonville for the IBA ride. You and I, Sharif, we chopped it up, man. And just to hear
yeah,
your story about you get down, I know you was trucking for a while, and then you had your
yeah.
own business dealing with other ventures. And I said,
Hmm.
man, he's still getting it in. He's still getting it in. So
Yeah, man.
I tell people all the time, man, you can ride. You can go out there
So
and ride long distance.
so here's the
Every
thing,
Go
man.
ahead, go
Like, you know,
ahead.
when I break, you know, guys come to me, and ladies, but mostly the guys, you know, they I live like different, man. Like, I live like there is no tomorrow. You know what I mean? Like the
Right.
Bible says, no man knows the time nor the day. So, you know, when I hear guys say, "Oh man, when I retire from work, man, I'm gonna get out there," like, that's 8 years from now. How you know you got 8 years? You know what I mean? Like,
Exactly.
man, when my daughter graduate from high school, I'm gonna do this. Like, she's 10, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, you you gotta get out there now. And then, you know, even on the flip side of like the clubhouse, like, right. So guys will go hang out to the clubhouse, you know, all night and spend 50, $60 on drinks or whatever the case may be. Like, but I look at it
Right.
like that $50 can get me all the way to Charlotte, North Carolina.
That's right.
So
That's right.
it's just a matter of what you want to spend your money and your time on. You know what I'm
That's right,
saying?
man. Cause
Yeah.
I know I look at it, man. I'm like, wow, I'm gonna ride 3,000 miles to come to your event, and you're gonna charge me $20 to get in. You just don't know that
Yeah.
$20 that
Yeah.
$20 gonna get
Yeah.
me another $200-300 down the road, man. But yeah,
Yeah,
it's
man.
all about that balance, man. It's all about that balance. I love it,
That's
sir. I
it.
love it, man.
That's
I'm
it.
glad to have you on, man. Like I say, I've been watching you get down for a while. And what I want to do now is I just want to go ahead and kind of let's jump right into this incident, man, that really
Okay.
just took you out of your norm. And folks, the reason why I'm doing this is, and I can't even really show just how graphic it was and how the images of what he went through, because
Hmm.
he literally went through a true near-death experience, if not death.
Sure. For sure.
Yes, sir. So Luke, man, if you would just kind of spin us up on what happened, and then we're gonna get back into your get down.
For sure. So August 7th of 21, you know, it's one of those things you'll never forget the date.
Right.
Um I was at a motorcycle function in Tampa. We were doing like I think it was back to school giveaway because it was August. Yeah, so we were passing out book bags and everything, and I left. And I said, I gotta go finish this pressure washing job that I had. One of my businesses, like you said, doing commercial pressure washing for the city that I live in. And I was doing a city hall building, and I had a boom lift, lifting me up in the air, and I had my partner on the ground moving a pressure washer for me. So you know how I go, man. Last 5 minutes of the job, I'm pressure washing. And my wife was there. She never comes. And that day I was messing with her. Like, man, I do all these big jobs for the city and you don't never come check my workout. You know how I go, just messing with her. So she got out the bed to come. And I even asked her if she wanted to get up there with me. She was like, hell no, I ain't getting up there. Thank God she didn't. So that day, some told me, because I had a big Cuban link chain and my jewelry on, but I took it off that day. A lot of times, men, we just go to work and whatever we got on. You know what I mean? So I got up there, I was pressure washing. Last 5 minutes of the job, I'm up in the air and I'm in the alley next to the building. And it's only big enough for like maybe a dually truck or something to get through. So, but I'm parallel with the power line. So me not knowing, proximity, how close, how far, how many volts, stuff like that. So I swing that hose to get leverage on it. And my friend on the ground's like, man, watch the power line. So I'm like, I see it. And as soon as I pulled that trigger, they call it arced. So because I was grounded and that mist, it grabbed the mist, which then grabbed me. So, and but some people don't know, once you get electrocuted, you paralyzed. So you cannot move at all. It controls your body. So I'm getting hit and I'm conscious. So I'm like, man, what the hell is going on? Like I'm trying to talk, but I just can't. I'm stuck. And I hear my wife calling my name saying, Todd, but I can't respond. Eventually, now afterwards, I found out, you're supposed to have a stick to be able to hit it. Because once it grabbed me, now the pressure washer is now generating it too. So I'm getting it from both sides because I'm steady squeezing that trigger. So my friend on the ground, man, he just took a chance with his life, bro, and he ran and hit the hose that was coming to the gun from the pressure washer with his hand, and it threw him up against the wall and out of his shoes. And that was the only thing. That was the only thing that broke the current, because my wife said I had electricity coming out of my eyes, my nose, my mouth, like the cartoons, bro. And I fell out in the boom lift. Thank God it was a wide bucket because, I'm like 6'4", 6'5". And all I remember was waking up on my back. And I'm like, oh, shit, I'm still here. Like, I just remembered everything. Like, I tell people, I seen the light. I don't know whether it was electricity or heaven, but I seen it, though. I woke up, man, and I started using my arms to climb up in the bucket. And I just kept hearing my wife say, don't move, don't move. I'm like, shit, I'm coming down. You ain't feel what I felt. So I got up, man, and the Lord blessed me, bro. I brought the machine down myself. Like by the time the ambulance, the fire department, police, everybody got there, I was working the machine, bringing myself down, man. So I went to the hospital, and they immediately knew it was like 3rd-degree burns or whatever. And he told me they was gonna have to take my pinky, and he asked me, like, before we do any surgeries or anything, like, what do? You look pretty active, like you're tall, you play sports. Like, what do you want? What do you want out of this surgery? I'm like, man, I don't care nothing about no basketball no more. Just save my throttle hand. That's what he did, man. And my wife went back to get my equipment, and the gun was still hanging over the power line. I guess once it let me go, it drew it to the power line. And the lineman was there, and he talked to her, and he was like, the guy who got electrocuted? She was like, yeah, that's my husband. We just left the hospital. And he was like, no disrespect, but he didn't make it, did he? She was like, yeah, we just left. And he was like, well, I don't know how, man, because it's 7,200 volts running through this line.
Wow.
7,200 volts, bro.
7,200 volts, man.
Yep. And I ain't have no kidney failure, no heart issues, no liver, no nothing, man. So it was truly a blessing, man. So I take that, man, with my hand. This is the result of it. I'm about to have one more surgery to kind of straighten this finger out, but overall, man, it was gruesome, bro. I had 6 surgeries just to get to this
Yeah.
point.
Yeah. I know,
6.
man. Like I say, I've been following your journey, and that's what makes it so unique, man. So unique
Yeah,
to you.
and
To go ahead.
it was crazy. It was crazy because like I love this shit so much, bro. I couldn't even get like my full hand on the throttle before I started
Right.
riding back. So I just used like these 2 fingers, and then I would butt this one up to the end of the throttle just to
Right.
twist and be able to ride my bike, man, until they was able to do the contractual releases to get it open to the point where it is now.
So literally, the physics of it is that it caused the muscle to contract, and almost to the point where you couldn't even
And
open it up.
I got keloid skin like a lot of black people do. So
Right.
it just kept like my thumb was in here and this finger was down here. So they kept having to do cut and release it to get it to open up where I can like hold a cup and different things like that.
Right.
Yeah. So they had to
Oh
take
man.
skin and tissue and arteries and flip them. And man, I've probably had over 250 staples between my hand and my arm over the 6 surgeries, man. Like it ain't been no fun, man. But I'm back though.
Right. And ladies and gentlemen, I tell you right now, this is true, a true blessing, blessing for somebody to live through it and still maintain his passion for you. The first thing out of his mouth was my throttle hand. You see what I'm saying?
That was it. Say that throttle hand, man. You can have that pinky, man. Just say the hand.
Hey man, hey, some people just don't know how it is, man, to lose your passion. But just kind of talk us through, man, your mind frame, your mindset, that when it happened to you. I know you went in the automatic mode of okay, I have my family responsibilities, I have my health responsibilities, and all of that, and then to put all of that in your mind and to come out and sit there and say, I'm not going to take motorcycling, I'm not going to take my passion for motorcycling out of the picture.
Correct.
How was that for you? How was that for you? Because I'm in shock and awe.
Man, it was tough, bro. Thankfully I owned my own business at the time.
Right.
Where I can still maneuver the business and get paid and provide for the family, but it was still like certain things I had to rely on them for. Like it was, like a lot of things, I went through a depression stage. You know what I mean? Like
Right.
found myself covering my hand up while I was in public, and different things like that. And it was to the point where it was wrapped up so much. Like we'd go out to eat, and I would have to have my daughter at that time. She was 7, 8. I would have to have her like put salt on my food for me, because sometimes they got the ones you got to twist.
Right.
So I just remember those things like that throughout, man, and just making sure that I was always in something where I can provide for my family, no matter what, as being a man, and continue to, hey, like you said, man, get to my passion. So it was never a question of if I was going to ride again. It was just a matter of when,
Okay.
So, thank God I had put myself in a position where, I was educated and had, certificates and diplomas and different things to fall back on,
Yes.
in lieu of everything else. So it was definitely a challenging time, because I went through those 6 surgeries. Probably was within a year and a half, bro.
A year and a half?
Yeah, it was just constant, like every few months, different surgery, therapy every day, 2, 3, 4 times a week. Then
Right.
it would restrict, and then they would have to cut again, or different things. So to get to this point, it was a miracle. And the doctor actually told me, it was funny, because I told my doctor I rode, young Asian guy.
Okay.
And I was like, man, I ride motorcycles. And I said, man, I just took a trip. I had rolled somewhere in between my surgeries on one of my follow-up visits. And he felt my hand, and he was like, man, you know what? That might actually be therapy for you. I was like, what you mean?
Yeah.
He was like, the vibration from you holding the throttle is actually working on the hand. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
And I said, well, shit, can you call my wife and tell her that?
Hey man, hey, because sometimes they be want you to stop, pull back, take
Yeah.
a break, take it easy, man.
Yep. Yep.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, it was definitely a long road just to get back to this point, man. But I don't have any issues now, man. The next surgery I'm having is just something I want to try to correct that finger just a little more to kind of get it up in the
Okay.
air. But other than that,
Okay.
I'm good, man. I got my feeling. I can hold things. I can do whatever I needed to do.
Right. So
Yep.
you took it to the next level.
Next level, bro. Yeah, and that's when I
Hey man.
that's that's when I came out. It was crazy because believe it or not, what's this 24? That accident happened 2021
Right.
August, and the crazy part about it, I didn't even think about it, bro. That next year in 2022 is when I did them 50,000 miles.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, so
So
I was in between surgeries and therapy and still did 50,000 that next year, bro.
hey man, call all the major cable networks and everything, man, because the breaking news, he's back.
Yeah. Right
Hey
back,
man.
man.
Hey
Right
man, I'm
back.
telling you, man. I'm telling you, you can't hold a good man down no matter what you try to do to him.
No question.
But
No
man,
question.
I would be remorse if I did not acknowledge your affiliation. You are affiliated with which organization again?
Next Level Riders Motorcycle Club.
Okay,
Yeah,
and
mother chapter
mothers.
out of Chicago.
Okay, okay. Shout out the
Mhm.
next level, man. You guys did me a solid one. You awarded me your lifetime
Yeah,
achievement
Living Legends
award,
Award.
Living
Yep.
Legends Award, and I think my brother Sharif just got it this year.
Mm-hmm.
Along with who was the other one that got it? I think someone else got it.
Piper and OD.
Piper, yeah. Piper and OD. Man, three other outstanding riders, man. I'm gonna try to get on the
Yeah,
show
yeah,
and share their journeys, man. But definitely to pull yourself out of it.
yeah.
And when I say pull yourself out of it, you mentioned the depression. I'm sure you had PTSD because when I had my accident, I was waking up in the middle of the night, sitting up in bed, like I couldn't rest.
Yeah,
So I know
yeah.
you were dealing with PTSD with it all, and then to go back out there and mount back up, man. How was that feeling? I mean, what did it take? I mean, how did you say you want to start out just getting used to the bike again? Did you want to just work with it? Did you want to go? Did you automatically say, you know what, I want the I-10 to the end? I want to prove it to myself.
I think it was more of my guys, man. Like, when I say my guys, my chapter, my nation, just constantly staying on top of me, calling. Even outside of my nation, it was club brothers from different clubs, man, that would ride down, surprise me, get in touch with my wife. I'm on the couch just laid up, man. Next, I hear a motorcycle, and one of the guys, my bro from Kings of the South, Macon, pull up on me, or another one of the
Yes.
bros from Georgia. I mean, from Tennessee. Just things like that is what motivated me just to get up off that couch, man, and get it going and find something to do. And then, like I said, once I was able to get these two fingers on that throttle and ride a little bit, I just got with my guys, man. You know what I mean? I'm like, man, I gotta get out the house, man. So they took me on my first trip. I think we went to Atlanta for Rare Jewels. They always have like a anniversary around New Year's. And that was my first trip, man. So, they always talk shit and laugh and my I gotta buy gloves, but the pinky missing, so it just be flapping in the air when I'm riding. They be laughing at me and shit, man. But it's all love, though. So those are the things that kept me going. And then once I started riding, I didn't even realize I wanted to do 50,000 that year to maybe April or May. And I was just like, well, damn, I'm already at like 15. And
Right.
matter of fact, it was July, and me and my club brother Knowledge, who's on here now, you
Yeah.
know,
Shout out to Knowledge, man. Much
yeah,
love. Appreciate that. Appreciate you tuning in, Knowledge.
we was going back and forth, man, about ground pound of the year because our nation gives out ground pound of the year. And so everybody was talking shit, and then me and him was like, "Hey, man, if y'all ain't doing 40,000 this year, y'all get out the conversation." So it ended up being
I love it.
me and him. And he started
Right.
sneaking out. Then I started sneaking out, not taking pictures, and before yeah.
Yeah, man. Yeah, yeah.
Before we had to turn in our miles for the nation November 1st. So by November 1st, come to find out, when we had our Christmas party that December, I had done 45,200 by November 1st, and he had done 46,600. So we was only like 600 miles apart from each other, bro, and it was down to the wire. And then, the crazy part, right after that, my motor has started ticking. So I took it to the shop, and I didn't get my bike back until.
Was that on the white bike? Was that on the white bike? Because
that was the blue bike.
See, we didn't even go into, and I wanted to just jump right into it because I seen the transformation of that white bike.
Yes.
We talked about that.
Yes, sir.
We talked about that. You remember that conversation we had about that?
Yep.
I said, man, you want to get some Yonder miles, man. You might want to change that thing up a little bit.
Yeah, I had to get rid of them little swoop bags and all that, man. And yeah, so that's when I switched that one up, and then I bought the blue one, and I put 100,000 on it in 3 years. So
oh man.
Beautiful, yeah. Beautiful. But the 50 beautiful. I did, man, it was crazy. And that was the same year, I want to say, you called me when I did that coast to coast straight through with no sleep.
Yes, I did. I'm like, because I was tracking you. Hey man, I was following you, man. I'm like, wait a minute, hold up, he's not stopping. He's still moving, man. I woke up, he was still moving, man. I'm like, what the world is dude doing?
Yeah. One thing about me, man, is like, when I set my mind on something, I'm gonna do it.
Right.
I'm gonna do it. So it was like, and what really triggered that? I was talking to Highway Smiley, and just to give everybody a snippet of how I got the name Anytime.
By all means, sir. The platform is yours. By all means.
Yeah. So I was Big Manny, Big Manny, man, from Oakland, man, passed away.
Yes, I know Big Manny. Yes.
So Manny would follow me because Manny had shut his life down dealing with his mother, because she was getting older and having health issues and stuff. But he would always say, "I'm riding through you." So, I'm a little different rider, like you said the other day. But I'll leave out at any time. It don't matter if it's midnight, 2 in the afternoon, 3 in the morning. And most riders have like a set time they like to leave the house. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But I mean, it don't matter. It could be 8 o'clock at night, whatever. So he said, "Man, I'm gonna start calling you Mr. Anytime, man." And it just stuck.
So Highway Smiley hit you with that one?
No, Manny did.
Big Manny did. Yeah, Big Manny did. Yeah.
Fast forward, I was getting ready to go to Cali one time, and my time is midnight. So I'm like, okay, I'm gonna leave at midnight. So I'm talking to Highway Smiley, and he like, "What T. Lou?" Like, he got the little soft voice. Why you waiting? Why you waiting at midnight? I'm like, what you mean? That's my time. You know what I'm saying? He like, well, I mean, you like to ride at nighttime anyway, right? I'm like, yeah. So he was like, man, why don't you try to leave at like 8 o'clock at night? I'm like, okay, let me try to see if I can get some sleep, get some rest, sleep for a couple of hours. So I did.
Right.
And I was by myself. So I left at 8 o'clock at night from Florida down here where I live in Tampa area. And I was in Houston by 9 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah.
So I'm like, oh shit, I got the whole rest of the day. So and I ended up in Deming, New Mexico that night. So I'm checking Facebook, and everybody's like, man, get some rest, bro. You need to shut it down, bro. You need to do this. So I'm sliding, so I'm behind this lady. She going like 95, 100. So I'm like, oh, that's my girl right there. I'm with her. So I'm sliding behind her. It's nighttime now.
Right.
And she hit something. So whatever she hit flew up under her car, and I hit it. Wow. So the bike jumps up, come back down, and you know how it catch. Boom. Yeah. So I'm like, oh, what was that? So it was hard, but it was soft. And I'm like, you know what? I think she hit one of those jackrabbits out there. Because, they stand tall.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Right.
So I was like, man, you know what? That's my sign to get off the highway. So I found the nearest hotel in Deming. But by then, bro, I had done 1,800 miles and I wasn't tired. So I was like, that just stayed on my mind the whole time. Like, damn. So, doing all the 48 states and coast to coast, I done pretty much done everything. So I was like, you know what? If I can do 1,800, I can go all the way, do the whole 25.
Right.
So that's when I
I
set out
was
on a
like,
mission.
Man, go ahead, because I didn't mean to interrupt you because I was there with you. I was like, what the world?
Yeah. I said, I'm finna wake up with everybody. I'm finna put everybody to sleep, and I'm gonna wake up with them again.
That's it.
So that's what happened, man. I did it in from Jacksonville, Florida to San Diego, California, like 2,400 and some miles. I did it in 33 hours and 49 minutes.
That's outstanding. What is your inspiration to ride, man? Being that second generation, and then the president of an organization, you get to a point where you've ridden 48, you've ridden coast to coast several times, not once, twice, several times. What is your inspiration to keep you going, man? Because you'll get to a point where you've ridden everywhere. You know the potholes in the road. What is your inspiration? Because you inspire people, man. People look up to you. People see you doing it. They want to do it. New young members come in. It's, hey, man, this is the get down.
It's crazy, man. I do it for both, man. I do it for myself and I do it for the people. Like you follow me, so whenever I hit the ground, one of my sayings is, "Who riding with me?" You know what I mean? And I get so many inboxes like, bro, I'm riding with you. I'm working the night shift, man. I'm checking Facebook every 2 hours. And it's like, some of my friends be like, man, why you post every state sign, bro? You got them already. And I'm like, man, I do it every trip because I'm truly inspiring somebody who want to get out there and do it. It ain't about the state sign. Yeah, I got South Carolina 1,000,000 times. I got California 10 times. But it's those people who actually genuinely out there riding with you, bro. So it's like, I do it for that. And then it's truly, man, like, from what I hear, man, it's like being a drug addict, bro. Like, you just constantly chasing that high. You know what I mean? It's like, it's always something else out there to do. It's a different road to take. It's a different anniversary to go. It's a different memory to make. It's a different friendship, a bond to build while you out there. So it's all around. That's my personality. Like, I feel like I'm ADHD sometimes. Like, that's why I can sit on a motorcycle so long, because I'm constantly going. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Yeah.
So, it don't matter. It never gets old to me, dog. Like, somebody can call me right now and say, T. Luke, man, listen, bro, I've been wanting to go to Cali, whatever. I want to leave tomorrow at 3 a.m. If I had the time, let's go. Line up, and it's the thrill of just, I've taken, out of all my members, I've taken 90% of them on their first trip, long distance trip, cross country. You know what I mean? And I take pride in that as a president of my organization.
Lead by example.
Lead by example. Taking them coast to coast.
I can't say nothing about a leader being up front, leading his organization on ground, because you can't expect somebody else to do it if you're not doing it. There's no way. And if anybody sit there and follow somebody that don't lead them by showing an example, bro, I'm sorry. That's just me. That's just the military in me. You know what I'm saying? If I got to run 10 miles, I expect my leaders to be running 10 miles. That's just me. So what you're doing by being out front, that leader, man, that inspiration, it can't help. It can't, and it shows with the people that come and visit you guys, that come and fellowship with you guys, because you guys down in Tampa, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, and I've been to your Tampa event. I seen the get down. I seen the love. I seen who come to your event. come from coast to coast. That's because you're on ground, you're going coast to coast. Your members are going coast to coast. Other chapters are going to coast to coast. Juice keep them rolling. So my thing, man, I shout out to the organization for that get down. Shout out to your leadership skills, man, of get down, your inspiration. It's truly incredible and amazing, man, to hear you say that. And I love it, man. I love it.
You know, I've been since we've been down here in Florida since 17. You know, and I've been president the whole time, man. And you know, it has its ups and downs when you get tired and you want to fall back a little bit, and you know, different life happens and different things, man. But I will say, I always say we the smallest, biggest chapter you'll ever meet. You know what I'm saying? So
I can get that. I can dig it.
Yeah. So you know, we pull off probably the largest anniversary in the state of Florida. You know, I had a member this year to do over 40,000. Several of my other members, 2 or 3 of them did over 20,000. You know, so it's leading by example, man, and pushing those guys to reach those limits and do things they never thought they would do, just like my national president Juice and the other guys when I started Chicago did me. I never thought I'd be riding across country. I thought motherfucker was crazy. They talking about riding to California. You know what I'm saying?
I remember that.
I'm like, you did what? How many states you done been to?
Yeah. Hey, but this fella right here, man, this fella right here has got a lot of people into some hot water, man. I know you hit him up. I know we sat down, we chopped it up down there in Jacksonville. And you two, have you two written together?
Who's that?
You and Sharif.
Man, we have not, bro. We have not. I got to get a trip in with him, and I got to get a real trip in with you.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Hey, man, I don't know if I can fly through the night like you do, though, man.
Hey, yeah.
Hey, my call out day is about over, man. Hey, them young guns out there running now, man.
Yeah, they is, man. It's different, man. I remember the first time I tried riding at nighttime, and one of my logics behind it when I first started riding, because this is my second club. My first club was the first motorcycle club I ever seen, and they brought me in. I didn't know nothing about no motorcycle, nothing, and you know, they taught me a lot. You know what I mean? But it got to the point where I started hearing about the Rare Breeze in Atlanta and this and that, and you know, I started wanting to ride more, and it just ended up being me and my club brother Turtle. You know what I'm saying? So
shout out to Turtle.
Yeah. So you know, we eventually made our way to next level and the right way, and when I got over there, I remember taking my first trip with them, and we rode from Chicago to Louisville, Kentucky, like 5 hours. So I pull up, you know, got my little bowl helmet on the back seat, you know, trying to be cute or whatever. So Juice like, man, where you hell with that? I'm like, shit, it's right there on the back seat. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, all right, you know, back, you know, you talking 2016? Yeah, no, 2015. So, you know, Illinois is a no helmet law state. So we just most of the time ride with no helmet. So we get down the highway, bro. We coming through Indiana, slabbing. We in formation, about 85, 90. Everybody locked in. So I've got this little bowl helmet on. Next thing you know, it start pouring down raining. So I try to put my hand over my glasses and trying to hold the bike. And all the guys in next level, man, they just dropped them lids, dog, and hit it hard.
That's it. Digging in.
I'm talking about I could barely even see. I said, man, that's why y'all got full face helmets, huh?
And look, don't go put no bandana around your mouth.
Nah.
Thinking that's gonna help. You gotta daggone waterboard yourself, man. Hey, trust me, I found that out the hard way myself, man. Damn, been waterboard myself.
Yeah, so we got down there.
What's up, Sharif?
Reef, what up, baby? So when I got down there, I was still with my old club, so I had my rags on and stuff. I was just riding with the guys to see what it was about.
Right.
The conversation changed. So of course we get in the room and they like, once everybody showered up, we talking stuff, we drinking. And they like, man, remember when we rode to Texas and such bike broke down and these people put us up? And remember we rode to California and Vegas was ready to quit and crying and we had to stop in Washington and this but everything they were saying was we. And then everything I was saying was, well, I rode to Florida. I rode here. You know what I mean? So I was like, well, if I'm going to be in a club, why I'm doing it by myself? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So that was one of the things that intrigued me about being in Next Level. And once I got in, you know, my national president told me something that stuck with me to this day. Juice. Shout out to Juice, man. He was like,
shout out to Juice, man. Juice always been straight up with me, man.
Yeah, you know, it's for everybody, man. You know, it's a little self-promotion here, man, for the club. But next level Mother Chapter Chicago is having a 20th anniversary next August, bro. And anybody who know motorcycling, that's a long time for a club to be doing it on a high caliber level.
Yes, sir. You know what I'm saying? And we just had Boldest Riders on, man. They doing 18. So shout out to all of them, man. That says a lot about an organization that's been through that. You know what I'm saying? The test of time, and the test of brotherhood, man. Shout out to him.
When I got in, he said, man, look, let me tell you something. And this is where my own, you know, personality and drive pushes me. He said, the brand is already built. We like Nike. Now, the question is, who you going to be within the brand? You going to be the dude on the bench wearing the Nikes? Or you going to be the one that Nike sponsor? It's a difference.
Right. Yes, sir.
And with my personality, I said, shit, I ain't content with just being on the team. If I'm going to be on the team, I want to be the man. You know what I'm saying? That's just my personality. So once I got locked in, I just kept pushing the envelope, man. And meeting Juice introduced me to all these people across the country. And I said, well, shit, one day they're going to be my friends. I ain't going to need you no more. And sure enough, we here.
That's right. And so, you did this. Yeah, go ahead.
No, go ahead, bro.
No, go ahead. I'm sorry. I thought you was finished. Go ahead.
No, I just said, you know, like now, you know, those high level platforms, even though I may not even look at myself on that level, like those are my guys, you know, the Solos, the Reefs, the Big Sales who was pushing it back then, and Snowmans and Punchies and all these guys, man. Manny, rest in peace. You know, it's like, man, it's something special to be able to, like, we go out of town and my wife be like, can we go anywhere where you don't know somebody? I'm like, I don't think so.
That's it, man. That's it. You just called all some legendary names, man. Shout out to all of those gentlemen. And I've had the pleasure of meeting, I'd say 4 or 5 of them. I started out on the West Coast and met Manny over there, man. I seen him do some things on the bike that just had me in awe. He could get down. His get down was his get down.
Yeah.
And shout out to everybody who does his ride, because he has an annual ride in his memory over there on the West Coast, man.
Yeah.
So, but definitely all of this, and to stay in the game after your near-death accident, man, says a lot about you as an inspiration to others. I know you said you've done the 48 states. You've done I-10 to the end, coast to coast to 20. We talked about other routes and back roads and other organizations. But share with us, if you would, sir, probably one of your most memorable rides after the incident happened.
Man, probably that coast to coast straight through, bro, because it was like, that's the most I've probably ever challenged myself in my life. I could just imagine like being in the military, man, and being in that foxhole for days and wondering what's gonna happen next. You know what I'm saying? Like I got out there to, I think it was like Fort Stockton, Texas, bro. Now it's pitch black nighttime. And the wind picked up to like 50 miles an hour wind gusts. It was heavy rain coming down. And I started talking to myself like, man, you know, you can just shut down right now. You know what I'm saying? You know you can just
Right.
quit, but I'm like, nah. I done already told everybody I was gonna do it. God damn it, I gotta go now. You know what I'm saying? Like, ain't no quitting now. So I'm going back
Ain't
and
no
forth in
quitting
my
that,
head.
baby. Right,
So
right.
I kept pushing. I got to Arizona, and you know Arizona's the first several hundred miles is long with nothing. You know what I'm saying?
Nothing.
So now, mind you, now it's like 2-3 o'clock in the morning the next day. I'm over 24 hours, you know what I'm saying? So I'm pushing, and I get on the 8. It's about maybe 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning. And I say, man, I don't know if I'm gonna make it. Because I'm thinking East Coast time, the sun ain't gonna come up to like 7 o'clock. Like I got at least 3 more hours of nighttime. I don't know if I'm gonna make it. But man, about 5 o'clock in the morning, that sun started peeking in them California mountains. Jesus, we done made it.
Hallelujah. Boy, that's a feeling. Like you're a new person, boy. When Bob come up over that mountain, boy, you can feel it on your back of your neck or in your face. Man, it's a new ball game there, baby.
That was the only thing that saved me, man. I got to San Diego about 9-something that morning. I stayed there, took some pictures, videos, and then I left there and immediately rode 100 miles back to LA. I went to the candy shop to holler at Punchy and them.
Yeah.
So I get there. They like, man, Tilo, you crazy the motherfucker, man. You did what? This and that. They said, man, we gonna barbecue for you and get some drinks and this. That's all right, cool. So when I go out there, I always stay with my bro Smiley. I call it Hotel Smiley. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Shout out the highway.
Yeah. So I get over there. I said, Smiley, man, I'm here. You know, he get there, open it up for me. I take a shower. Man, I lay on that bed solo. It was over with to the next day. I missed the whole cookout.
That's it, man. I can't do nothing.
Nothing. But at that point, I had rolled like 2,600 straight. You know what I'm saying?
Straight, yeah.
2,600, man. It was a ride, bro. So that was probably my most memorable and challenging ride, man, after the accident.
Right.
Yep. So I did that, and then another one too. I rolled back out there, and country, with down the pound.
Yeah. Man, I wanted to get him on, man, but I didn't have his number. I had his number. I was looking for it because I was gonna try to bring him on as one of the guests. Make the appearance, man.
I shoot it to you.
Hey, man, if you own country, man, hit me up, man.
He another one too, and
yes, he is, man.
I had been in an accident in 2016, and I had an X fixing my leg on the outside. I was down for months, so me and my son was in an accident, so I healed up from that. So time went by, boom, I started riding, doing them 30,000-40,000. I met Country along the way. Me and him built the bond, so every time I would go to Cali, I would stop in Phoenix to go see Country. Right. So he got in an accident that same year in 22. So he was down, and I was like, now mind you, we having our anniversary solo. So, we working, bro. We working all weekend, entertaining 800-900 people. You know what I'm saying? So that Saturday night, man, he was just on my heart. And I told my wife, I said, I want to go see my partner, man. He was in a major accident. She said, where he at? I said, he in Phoenix, Arizona. So now mind you, this the night after our anniversary, Saturday night. She said, well, when you leaving? I'm like, well, shit, I'm probably going to leave tomorrow morning after we have our little wrap-up meeting. She was like, what? I said, yeah. I said, I know how I feel. When you first had an accident, everybody calling, everybody texting, everybody coming. But after a few weeks, everybody starts to go back to their normal lives. And I know how it could get when you just laid up. You know what I'm saying? So right after my wrap-up meeting, we finished about maybe 10, 11 o'clock, finalizing the anniversary, talking with my club brothers. And I jumped straight on the road, bro. I left at like 11 o'clock, rode through the night. I remember getting to Bourne. Is it Bourne? On the other side of San Antonio? Bernie.
That's Reef.
Yeah.
Bernie, that's Reef.
So I get there. Now I done forgot Reef even lived there. So I'm like, damn, I'm sleepy, dog. I'm sleepy. Cause I've been partying Thursday, 2 parties on Friday, 2 parties on Saturday, and then immediately get on the road Sunday after the meeting.
Right.
So I'm like, man, I'm talking to Coach, their mother chapter president, and I'm talking to one of the other club bros. Like, man, the rehab closed at 8:00 the next day on Monday. So I left at 11 o'clock on Sunday morning. Now I gained a couple hours going that way. So I get to Bernie, and I'm like, man, if I get a hotel, I'm gonna oversleep.
Yep.
So I said, you know what? I pulled over at the gas station, couldn't lay back on the bike. So I kept riding a little bit. If you know West Texas, they got those little pull-offs with like the little concrete picnic tables and stuff like that.
Yep.
So I found one of them. I grabbed my piece out of my bag, and it was a semi truck there with his parking lights on. So he's looked at me, I looked at him. He gave me the head nod like, you good. So I laid down on that concrete picnic table, man, dropped my lid for like 2 hours, and then kept piping, bro. And I made it all the way. It was like 2,200 miles. I made it to Phoenix, Arizona about 7 o'clock that next day. But I never posted a state sign, so he didn't know where I was going. So when I walked in that room, bro, he damn near cried, man. He was like, "What?" I was like, "Yeah, bro. I know how I feel to be laid up, man, and you know you feeling lonely and depressed or whatever you're going through. You know what I'm saying?" So he was like, "Man, you was
It meant the world to
my
him.
bro then, but you family now. You know what I'm saying?"
Yeah.
And then even Highway Smiley was like, "Well, I don't know country, but if you know him and you riding that far to come see him, he must be good people. So I'm gonna meet you over there." So Highway Smiley came from LA to meet me over there.
That's what's up, man.
Yeah.
That's what's up. You have definitely created some bonds across the country, man, from the East Coast to the West Coast. That's why I say, man, you Mr. Anytime, Anywhere, man, for sure. And I get down. I get down, but I never
you get down. Yeah, you get down.
I get down, man. Oh man, I love it, man. I love it.
I just put up I just got clearance from the family, man. You know, I gotta get my permission slip signed and everything.
Okay, yeah.
I'm gonna take like a 14,000 mile trip. That's the plan. Next July.
Okay.
It's gonna involve the Four Corners, going all the way into Anchorage, and then coming back out of Anchorage and riding Canada straight across to Nova Scotia.
Okay.
Instead of coming back into the U.S., I actually want to ride all the way across Canada. Because I've done the U.S. So, hit Angle Inlet, hit mile marker, the first mile up in Madawaska, go to Nova Scotia, and then come back down. So, I plan to be out maybe about 20 days or so, just running, bro. So I'm gonna be calling you so I can figure out where them gas stations at in Canada. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, I'm gonna tell you, don't let it get dark up there, bro, because they close when they shut their gas pumps off, man. And then even some of the places up in Canada, man, they shut their pumps off at night. I keep telling people, man, make sure you carry an extra fuel can with you. That's the number one thing that I preach to any long distance rider, man. And some people say, man, I know the gas stops. Trust me when I tell you. You just never know when you pull up to some place, the gas station closed, the pump down, they have no fuel, and then you're stuck. You're stuck. I've experienced it all, man. Reef and I experienced it all. Where we pull up to a gas pump and it's closed. I think the three of us, Reef, me, and Dave, was doing our Rat 48, and the gas station was closed, man. We looking at each other like, can we make it? Can we make it? So you definitely, that's the number one thing I tell anybody, man. Carry you some extra fuel with you when you do runs like that. But going out for that longer period of time, man, you're gonna enjoy it, bro. I know you seasoned, you got 48 states, you're an inspiration to a lot of people, man. I can't keep stressing that enough. What advice would you give a new rider coming in? Because I got some people, man, that's just started riding. I met this young gentleman in our Hog chapter. He just started riding, and I hope he's tuning in tonight, man. What advice would you give him with him getting a new bike, wanting to step out, wanting to do some long distance riding? Because it's each one teach one, my brother.
It's each one teach one, man. I would advise all new riders to get with somebody who has done it and who is currently doing it, man, and just listen more than you talk. You know what I'm saying? Follow more than you want to lead at the moment, man, because the more you keep doing it, your time will come. And just stay in your comfort zone. You know, if you don't feel, one thing about these motorcycles, man, you have to be comfortable with them. You know what I'm saying? It's just like riding a horse. You know what I mean? Like if you're not comfortable with that horse, it's gonna throw your ass off. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
One way or another. So most of my guys, man, a few of them, they had been riding before, East Coast, Midwest, different things, but I was fortunate enough to take them coast to coast, to the other side of town, I call it, and just show them the way, whether they doing it with the group or they want to do it by themselves. Because I'm a firm believer in, like, you pack your own bags, you pay your own motorcycle note. So if you want to go somewhere, by all means go, but know your limits. You know what I'm saying? Don't try to do something because Mr. Anytime do it. Don't try to do something because K Solo do it. Like, you're not us, we're not you. You know what I mean? So that's just my thing, is like, know who you are and begin with the end in mind, bro. You know what I mean? Don't never limit yourself to the point where you say what you're not going to do or what you can't do. Because you already, if you say that, you done talked yourself out the game already. You know what I mean?
Right.
So, you know, I stayed up under the tutelage of Juice and Wild Child and all my Chicago chapter guys, and stayed on the phone and stayed meeting them in different places and learned, like, you know, me going west for the first time. Juice, it was the end of June, and Juice was like, "Man, make sure you bring your heated gear." So I'm like, we leaving Chicago. It's 90 degrees. We was going to Reb Reed Mother Chapter LA anniversary. So I'm like, we leaving Chicago. It's 90 degrees. Yeah, I saw them long distance trophies right there. We going to California. Like, why do I need heated gear? So I'm like, man, I had just bought it, so I'm like, man, I ain't bringing that shit, man. It's gonna take up too much space on the bike. Man, we leave Chicago, 90 degrees. We get through Iowa, everything good. We hit a tire issue. My brother, he forgot to change his tires. Start showing thread. So we like, fuck. So we get to North Platte, Nebraska. They're like, man, we got a tire, but it's 200 miles back in the direction you came from. Like, oh, hell no. So the next morning, we pushed it to Denver. Like, you gonna ride this tire, dog. We going to Denver.
On threads.
Thread. We going
riding on fabric threads.
Because we told your ass to change it before we left. So
that's it. That's it. Hard head, make a soft ass.
Yeah, we get to Denver. He found a tire, but it was at a sport bike location. They didn't work on Harley, so we had to strap the tire to the back of the bike, take it to the Harley dealer.
Right.
They fixed it. By the time we got there, 6 o'clock in the evening. So now we pushing into the Rocky Mountains at nighttime. So we get to the Rocky Mountains, man, it's 45 degrees and raining at the end of June. We at the top of the mountain, bro. The tunnel is closed because the power's out in the tunnel for some reason. So we just standing there getting rained on, 45 degrees, like looking at this wall in front of me, was looking at a mountain full of snow on it. Like, what the fuck is going on? So,
hey, folks, it's not PG tonight, it's RG tonight.
Right. So I'm riding. I got one hand on the throttle, and I'm putting it on cruise control. I'm switching hands because my hands is freezing.
Damn.
So the next day we push. We end up in Vegas. It's 116. So we done went from 90 to 45 degrees and raining to 116. And then we get to LA. It's a cool, like 72 degrees.
Cool 72 degrees. Chilling. They walking around chilling.
I'm like, man, we truly hit all 4 seasons in one trip. But he told me, though. And I just never believed it. because I'm just thinking summertime. It's summertime everywhere. We should be good, and that wasn't the case. Yeah, and that was my first trip going to the West Coast. So now it's another thing for new riders too. My whole left saddlebag never comes off the bike, K-Solo.
Okay, now explain that. Explain that because I haven't heard that one. Talk to
me. That's just the bag that I keep. I got the fitted Harley bags that fit the saddlebags that fit in there.
Right.
And it has my rain gear, it has my heated gear, it has my face mask, it has my boot covers. Any gear that I need stays on that bike 24/7.
Right.
I never take it off.
Yep.
So no matter what, because like I grew up in the Midwest. Like you might leave the house in the summertime, it's 78 degrees, and you say, I'm only going to be out an hour. Next thing you know, you go out 5 or 6 hours, and that temperature then dropped to 48.
Yeah.
And you got an hour ride home. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So my whole left saddlebag never comes off the bike, bro.
I remember, hey man, I got to keep going back to those extended bags you had though.
Yeah,
I gotta keep going back to those. I'm like, you want to change the bag, man? But it's good though. It's good, man. It's good to see somebody who's doing it, still humble enough to show appreciation to those that he listened to, those that has inspired him. Because you know, like I say, Juice, Manny, Highway, all of those guys, man, all of those guys. And some people don't really ride like that, but you know, they've been in the seat long enough, they've been in the game long enough that when they give you some information, man, it's good stuff. But you definitely been an inspiration tonight, sharing your story. I know we didn't want to go too deep into it because the just the graphics of it, but I wanted to just kind of hear your inspiration of coming back. How you had to dig deep, how you had to find your way back to it, so don't you lose your passion. Because we go through things in life, man. You know, we wake up one morning, we never know what the day gonna hold.
No, we don't.
You may wake up to a phone call, you may wake up to a text message, you may wake up to a post or something like that affects you, and then to pull yourself out of it. You know, some people life is simple, or you know, they're not in that, but it happens to all of us at some point in time. And for you to share your story, man, I truly appreciate you tonight, sir. Is that before we get off this thing? Yeah, you go ahead.
One thing I encourage everyone to do, and like I know, bro, some people go their whole life and never find their peace, man.
Right.
They never truly find that one thing that makes them happy. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And motorcycling is my peace. Like I get in that helmet, sometimes I'm laughing, sometimes I'm dancing on the bike because I'm singing the songs as I'm getting down the highway. The people in the cars looking at me crazy.
Right.
Sometimes I'm crying. You know what I mean? I remember finishing my 48 states, and I hit that last state, man, and I wanted to call my daddy, but I couldn't. He had passed away. You know what I mean? So, man, them tears just started coming down for like an hour or so, man, just relentless tears. You know what I'm saying? But I was like, I did it. You know what I mean? I did it, and that was my mission, to do that for my daddy, man. So it's just, I just encourage people, man, to just get out there and find that peace, bro. Whatever it may be. If it's
whatever it may be.
Yeah, whatever it is, man. Just do what it is to make you happy.
Man. Bro, you've definitely been an inspiration to me. I appreciate you coming on. What's up with your leg on that front frame like that, though? I didn't mean to ask you. I'm like, why you always throwing your leg up on that ferry, man?
I don't think the foot pegs stick out further enough, so I gotta stretch them hips out.
You about 6'4".
Yeah. So it's like, man. I know my lane, man. And you get out there on the West Coast, man, and I used to always joke with Big Manny, like, man, I want to be like you, bro. I want to pop them wheelies and go through drifting. And he's like, all you got to do is let the clutch go. You know what I'm saying? So then I was like, look, Manny, I ain't finna let no clutch go. You know what I'm saying? Like, no, that ain't me. So I'm gonna Nah, I'm gonna pull through real slow, K Solo, with that foot up and that lid down, and I'm gonna post up. But it's comfortable though, man. I just stick my foot up there, bro, and you see my bars is up there in the air, man. And I actually ride like that, man, when I'm in an open highway and just stretch out.
It's your comfort zone, man. It's what you feel comfortable with, how you feel your get down. Like I said, you have your own get down, man. And I don't knock anybody get down, because really and truly riding these bikes are a therapy session for us.
That's
in
it.
some shape, fashion, or form, it's a therapy session. I tell everybody, if you can't get out there, man, and come back with a clear head, then what is it? A mode of transportation, man. You know what I'm saying? And for me and for you, to get out there, to be in touch with what we've been through in life, what we're going through in life, remembering our family, our loved ones, riding that far to see a friend, a brother. That's what it's all about, man. Because I know, people don't understand it sometimes. You riding through the night, you riding 1,000 miles, you riding just to go see a brother, just to go see a friend that you're going to spend maybe half the day with, and then you're right back on the road.
Right back on the road.
It's your therapy, man. And I love to get down. I love to get down. Well, sir, is there anything else you would like to share tonight, man? I mean, the platform is yours. If there's anything you want to shout out, it's yours, sir. Anybody want any questions for Mr. Anytime, Anywhere? Hit him up. I'm on about 2 or 3 minutes, and then I'm gonna let him go because he's sipping and he's enjoying himself.
Anybody got any questions, man? They can feel free to post them, man. But other than that, man, I'm good. Okay, so I just enjoyed it, man, and I'm gonna keep living and keep riding and keep motivating and keep inspiring. And it was crazy because I'm a very humble guy when you get to know me, just like you. You know what I mean? And you can't help how people look at you. You know what I mean? So some of the things that I hear are mind blowing. Just like I'm sure it's the same way for you. Like, I had a young guy come to me one time. He's like, "Man, you T. Luke?" I'm like, "Yeah." I'm like, "What's going on?" He like, "Man, I just joined this club, bro." And like, "Man, I heard about you, man. You a legend." I'm like, "A legend?" Like, nah, bro, I just ride motorcycles, man.
But you just never know who you're inspiring, man.
You never know.
That's my motto, man. Aspire to inspire, and if you do that, you'll definitely be legendary, bro. You can't go wrong, man. You can't go wrong. You're doing it right. You're living it right. You're showing it right. You're leading by example. You know what I'm saying?
So that's all I got, man. Somebody said, "Great interview. Thanks for sharing." No problem, man.
Yeah, man. Please give him his roses right now, folks. I'm telling you, this is what this platform is all about. This is what we're going to continue to do. Highlight those unsung riders out there. Just as you coming on too, you might well gonna get ready. I'm gonna get you on too, sis. Because you had a story
last year.
Yes. So we're looking for those riders, man. I'm gonna get you on, and even if I gotta do some pre-recorded, because the thing is, man, is there's only 52 weeks in a year. So I know there's more out there. Buster is raw. Thank you, sir. Thank you for tuning in. But folks, I gotta let him go. Luck, we'll definitely be talking, sir. Matter of fact, I got something for you. I'm gonna get it in the mail for you, man. You take care of yourself, and we'll be in touch.
My man. All love, baby.
My man. All right. All the way.
Later.
Hey, folks. Man, that was a good one. I think that was probably one of our best ones right there, where we just sit down and let our guests share their journeys and experience with us. And tonight, T. Luke has done that, man. Mr. Anytime, Anywhere, a true inspiration out of Florida with Next Level MC. Shout out to them. Shout out to Juice, the whole crew, man. Everybody who tuned in tonight, I truly appreciate you. We're only going to get better. 2025 is gonna be great for the podcast. It's gonna be great for the show. It's gonna be great content. It's gonna keep getting put out to you. So continue to tune in. We appreciate you. So, folks, merchandise. We have merchandise. If you want merchandise, hit us up to get you some merchandise. We got hoodies. We got a couple of shirts left. We got some other colors. We got some other design that's going to be coming out. Also, giveaway. We have tickets for Solid Kings MC. I'm going to be giving away 1 ticket tonight from Solid Kings MC for a 2025 Street Bob with the 114 motor in it. Along with Solid Kings MC is Chi-Town Harley Davidson. The drawing is going to be held on April the 1st, 2025. Winner does not need to be present. So the question that we have for you tonight, T-Luck mentioned where he is initially out of. Where is he initially out of? Where did he grow up at? If you can post it in the comment right now, you will win 1 ticket for entry into the 2025 Street Bob up Chicago. Yeah, but I know. Oh, there you go. Most wanted on twos. You got it. Most wanted on twos. Got it. Juliet, Illinois. You must already knew that. Juliet, Illinois. That's where he's out of. So most wanted, get in touch with me so I can get you an address so I can send you your stub. Congratulations. But hey, folks, thanks for tuning in tonight. We definitely appreciate you. Thanks for tuning in. All right, I'm out of here. Roddy McKay Solo, the podcast featuring Logic. Take care.